Night of the Living podcast is always ad-free for patrons at patreon.com/NOTLP.
Get a little paranoid for a minute. You think like Amy was looking at me with what I think is love in her eyes, and I mistook it for what are you doing? Like, did you play the wrong intro or something? So I'm not picking up on nonverbal cues today, people.
That's all right.
See, like I would take that as bullying if I had a normal understanding.
It is.
Oh, okay.
It was.
Yeah. Okay. That was very brutal.
Well.
Welcome to Night of the Living podcast. We're here to take a big old number 2 on your day.
Hey, some people don't yuck their yum.
Hey, if that's what you're into, I'm glad we're here to give it to you.
You know what?
I'm going to do it right on your chest.
I'm kind of tired of saying that. Some yums are gross.
And some
Yes.
yucks aren't yucks at all. Like I used to think that the movie we were watching for today's show, Gremlins 2, was a yuck.
Yeah. Now it's a yum.
Oh, it's a big old yummy. But we'll get there.
It's a yum.
It's a big yum.
So our whole theme for this month is sequels that are different, weird, strange, derided.
Initially, we thought
Unloved.
shitty, but
Yeah, the original idea, and this is why I was like, God, this is complicated for me emotionally, because I realized that I have to tell people I like bad movies, but I don't think they're bad movies.
No, I don't think they're bad movies.
well, this isn't a bad movie.
This is a good movie, but there are a lot of people who will argue with you, and I used to be one of them, that this is one of the worst movies.
You and
Yeah, I was too, but you know what my argument really boiled down to?
Yeah.
It's not the first one.
yeah.
What about not? Oh, the argument is it's not the first.
Well, that was
one.
mine. That
Oh.
was basically my biggest problem with it. Not the first one.
Well, that was why I didn't like it originally, but we'll get into that.
Yeah.
I'm putting the
Oh my
pooper
god.
before the muncher.
Don't.
I have to say your problem is you care what people. You got to stop caring what people think.
Exactly.
Well, that happened. I'm letting you know it happened.
He's done.
Good.
Yeah.
He's done with you bitches.
For the first time in my life, I can say that and not be just saying it.
Good.
Yeah, just people like with it. Like I don't care what you have to say about it.
Yeah, there it is.
But there are some yums that need to be yucked.
Yeah, and that's fine, whatever. But you know,
I'm not going to defend
The
Exorcist 2, the heretic.
No, that's bad.
That's, yeah.
beautiful wardrobe. There, I said it.
Anyway, we're not relitigating
Did you hear
that.
what he said?
I
about
can't-
Exorcist
It
2?
had a beautiful wardrobe.
Fucking believe it. But I don't need that energy in my life right now.
Yeah.
And then for roulette, our friend Kelley over here, Straight-to-Video Russian Roulette, is going to tell us about Don't Look Away.
Don't look away.
I won't.
You should look away. Actually, no. I keyed.
You keyed.
I keyed.
But that's going to be later. I'm doing my Freddy impression right now, but I'm like doing it
What?
better.
I was saying I was just sitting here thinking she's amazing tonight,
First,
and you're impersonating me.
Oh no.
Is that what Freddie says all the time?
Yes.
That's not the best catchphrase. You need to work on that. It's not the catchiest.
That's the same catchphrase as a pirate has almost.
It's not going to catch on with the general public.
Certainly not with the zennials.
Not the
Hey, oh no! Remember at that time Freddie said, "Oh no."
Oh no!
It doesn't test well with the silent generation.
Can I say something?
Mostly
really
because they don't understand how to listen to podcasts because they're dead.
I just want to say something sincere for a moment, if that's okay.
No.
Oh no!
We don't do that here.
Well, you guys just lift me up. And like, I don't mean that in the weird churchy way, but in like a very like literal, like you guys lift me up in a real more deeply spiritual way than I can ever express. But I'm saying this because we are having a really hard time.
I'd say like we've all experienced some fucked up nonsense in the last few months.
Mm-hmm.
And it just feels so heavy right now. I don't know about you.
Yeah, man.
And it just feels like every day there's a new kick to the nuts.
Yeah.
And
it really doesn't even matter what they are, honestly.
yeah.
because everybody's got something.
My mom's doing well.
That's great.
Like the chemo was great. She was like, thank you for that. Can I have some more?
Yeah, she's gobbling it up.
So I have that to be happy about.
That is
but
good.
at the end of the day, there's still a lot of bad stuff. But no, Kelley, you were like, are you sure you want to do the show? And I'm like, yeah, because I need to make fart jokes with my friends.
Well, that's good. We're doing
It
it.
really helps. I mean, like, and I hope that you get half as much benefit listening.
Don't trust that one.
It's wet.
A
Yeah.
little wet.
That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to give Amy. You know, that's the kind of friend I am. That was for you.
Yeah.
Because you're feeling down. That was for both of you. That was for all three of you.
I hope people
That
out
was
there.
for anybody who needs it, right?
That you have people in your life like these people.
I pictured you guys while I was pushing it out.
We want to be. We want to be the wet farts in your life.
Any hoozles. So that being said, we love friendship and we love money. Patreon.com/NOTLP.
And we need money all the time.
We post some bonus stuff there. You can get that there and you can get some merch. But the bonus stuff is Topicana from last Friday, where we fuck, marry, killed our way through a lot of historical figures.
A lot of people.
A lot of people.
We did our best, and we did. I think we did a good job.
We took care.
We took care of a lot.
We took care of their answers. And I think my favorite moment was when Kelley was like, well, I guess I'm going to have to fuck Winston Churchill.
And that became, you created you've become a meme in the house, Kelley.
It wasn't
Just don't
Winston.
even know.
Winston Churchill was Freddy's. But
Oh,
it was,
whatever.
It
It
was
was one
somebody.
of them.
Somebody. It was just the way you phrased
You're like,
it.
I guess I'm going to have to fuck.
So now whenever we have a tough situation with no good outcome in sight, and you have to like just kind of buck up and take
Not
it.
a Sophie's choice. No.
Just where you have to take it because life gave it to you. Whatever that thing is, it's now in this house. It's, oh God, I guess I
have to fuck Winston Churchill.
Looks like I have to fuck Winston Churchill.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad. I love becoming a meme, especially to my dearest, closest friends.
Yeah, it was good stuff. The words of wisdom.
Thank you for expressing that to me.
I hope to be 80 years old and playing Fuck, Marry, Kill in the nursing home.
Yeah.
Because it's fun.
I hope to be in my home at 80 years old.
Well, that too. But like I like to say,
but I would like to
plan
be
for the
playing it.
worst.
Yeah. No, sure.
We were just talking about how they say like our generation may be the first one to live to 150 years old, you know, as a normal thing. And that really is fucking with my head today.
Well, what? We were... Nope, I won't do that to you, Andy. I was about to do a Star Trek, and I don't have
Okay.
to.
Oh, thank you.
And I don't have
That
to.
was really kind, Amy.
Also, we just recorded an introduction to an episode from 2012, March 2012, from a Horror Hound weekend, and we just like recapped it for 2024 audiences. It's a good time. So that's over at patreon.com/NOTLP.
What?
Yay.
That is exciting.
People have
AF.
started getting their tote bags
Bags.
Yeah.
that Kelley designed.
I hope they're
It's really
toting
cool.
things with it.
Did you mean for that to be like evocative of the Holy Grail on purpose?
No. I don't know. I don't remember what I did.
You
actually.
stumbled on some fucking cool shit with that design, man. It looks like something out of an illuminated text of the Knights Templar where they have the Holy Grail.
Wow.
And if you didn't mean to do it, that's fucking blew my mind.
I
when
didn't
saw
mean
it.
anything Knights Templar. I was trying to be groovy, probably.
Dude, you did groovy and medieval fantasy. You did it both.
Well, somebody sent me a picture because I don't remember what the design was, and I'm too lazy. And also,
know
I
where
don't
you
have
can see
my
one.
phone on me. It's out. In the
That's
other
all right.
room.
I'll show it to you when we're done.
Yeah.
You can see them, pictures of them in our Discord, which is something you get if you're a patron. You saying the Knights Templar brings up a question I had. You know that Steak and Shake that's over over down by the highway?
Yeah.
And Mom and I were in the drive-through line getting milkshakes. I love their banana shake.
Oh,
Yeah,
good shake.
It's good.
So much. And so we spent a lot
Oh,
of
did
time.
the boys come to your yard?
I don't remember. I'll get back to you.
What a cagey answer that is.
They're going to have to charge.
He can teach you. It's okay.
I'm
Teach you how to read.
having a hard time yes-anding it. I don't know why.
She struggles with phonics.
And we were stuck in the drive-thru for a long time because it's fucking Steak and Shake. Anyway, there's a cemetery right next to the Steak and Shake and a Masonic
A
lodge.
former Masonic lodge, I think.
So it's former.
I don't know. Maybe they still do use it. I don't think so, though.
I've never seen anybody.
It's weird.
Yeah,
Never
I think
seen
it's-
anybody in this building.
I think it's a former Masonic lodge.
It's creepy.
It's like in the middle of the cemetery.
Yeah.
It's a former church because you can see where it used to have stained glass windows, but they like boarded it up
Yeah.
and just painted everything white.
Yeah, it's a weird bit. It's been there my whole life.
I've always wanted to just.
I
go
want
up-
to go in it.
Yeah, same.
So
Why
bad.
haven't we done it? Let's do it.
You wanna?
Yeah,
All right.
we'll do it, and we'll report back and see what happens. Just so we got to hold ourselves to it.
Yeah, get some milkshakes and go to the
Yeah.
cemetery.
You want to go
I
in
mean,
the
it-
Audubon Society house over here?
That cemetery, it's not like it's a historical cemetery. There are newer plots in there.
What's the worst that can happen?
Right?
Did you get that for the eventual documentary about our deaths?
Oh, found footage.
Yeah.
You're gonna drip some milkshake on somebody's gravestone and piss them off real bad.
They're just going to come back from the dead, or the Masons are going to skin us or make us drink boiling oil.
It's a weird thing. It's just this building in the middle of a cemetery next to a Steak and Shake.
Yeah.
There's couple of historical cemeteries that are just
Yeah.
plopped around
Oh, yeah.
our little area.
Several.
Yeah.
There was the one across from where we used to live, Kelley.
Yeah, I'm writing
Yeah.
a story about it.
There's one down the street here that I have never visited that I want to.
There's one on Springdale across the street from the Speedway.
There's one under your very feet.
And they're I don't know if other cities
Bones.
have this. I don't remember seeing things like this where I lived in Florida
Yeah.
or Virginia.
It was too wet.
But I was a kid and I don't know I was paying attention. But like we have all these little historical cemeteries, and I mean little,
Yeah.
just all over the fucking place. And they're just preserved and like not really well preserved, but they're just like the space is preserved for it.
I have a bunch of pictures that I took up at that cemetery a few years ago.
Are there still stairs up to it?
Yeah, I'll show you the picture.
All right.
It occurs to me. People make those little fairy villages like we saw in Salem? Those things are really neat. I wonder if people do little cemeteries for like Halloween time. That'd be fun. Anyways, that's all. I just thought of a fun craft.
All right, let's go visit some historical cemeteries.
Yeah.
Do some grave rubbings. I mean, they're not like
Grave robbings? Yes.
rubbing.
I'll be rubbing.
Rubbing or robbing.
I'll be
either way,
rubbing
I'm
one
there.
out while I rob. Believe me, that's how I do it, and that's the only way.
It's not like they're like super historical. Like most people are like born in the late 1800s.
Compton is there 1700.
Oh, really?
I
Yeah.
hope to see a goodie.
Oh yeah, we saw some goodies up in Salem. Remember?
Well, yeah, that's where goodies come from.
That's where goodies will go to die.
It isn't good for a goodie up that
I'm more
way.
interested in baddies. You know what I
I
Oh.
wonder who the last goodie was.
mean? Oh, do
When was
people
it?
still
When was
use
the
it?
last goodie named?
Goody Constantone.
I wonder
Well,
if
no,
there's
it was like a term of. It was like saying
good
ma-
wife.
Oh, ma'am or something.
Well,
Yeah,
good wife. It was
goody-
good wife.
yeah.
I
Good
would be
wife.
It
Goody
wasn't a
Morris.
name. It
Kind of
was-
like gentle,
I was-
Gentleman.
I thought it was like a name.
No, it's like good wife and gentleman.
Oh.
Yeah.
You learn something new every day.
I would be
Am I just
Goody
dumb?
Morris, and
Yeah.
I
Oh,
would
you
hate
used to be
life.
good and gentle.
Can you do that?
Good and gentle. Those are things that I'd be proud to be called a gentleman or a goody wife.
Yeah.
I'd like to be either goody or gentle.
They call me Goody Wife. Goody Wife. Yeah, that's gonna be a club hit.
Yeah.
Goody Wife.
Goody
In
wife.
terms of pride.
Probably
Instead of
already
being
is.
called wifey, call me Goody wife.
Goody Wifey.
That being said, I think historical cemeteries are cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to the cemetery where my great grandparents are buried in New York
Yeah.
last year, and there were people like before the United States became officially a thing.
Do you feel that?
The history.
Well, yeah, you kind of go, oh shit, like it was real. It wasn't faked, like the moon landing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was kidding.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I was kidding.
No, but
I
it
think
is
you
real.
did that joke once before.
I hope
Oh wait.
I
You were.
haven't.
I didn't even catch that. I was so hooked on the
the
memory.
moon landing happened. I believe it happened.
Yeah. The sincere part of what you said had me so
In a
spinning.
studio directed by Stanley Kubrick.
But I was just like,
In a
damn,
Hollywood basement.
those old graves, man.
Now you gotta touch every gravestone to see if they're hollow.
Yeah.
Gotta dig them all up.
Got to catch them all.
Like seriously, that's
You've made a great.
It feels like this tug in my soul to get back to LA, to get back to Hollywood forever, and go see every celebrity that I didn't get to see yet.
Yeah.
I gotta catch them all.
Get them while they're fresh.
I gotta tug. Tugging.
They're adding new people all the time.
Tug job.
Tug job.
Can't keep up.
Yeah, that's the one thing. The celebrity cemetery trend will exist forever.
It's like, the new gravestones dropped.
Yeah. Oh my God! Have you guys seen the new?
Oh my God.
The new Bieber. Very tragic.
I heard it leaked already. I saw it.
It's terrible.
Oh man. That's a good dark joke.
Good dark joke.
That's a good wholesome dark joke.
Oh, it's so wholesome.
Nobody's died recently, right? Like celebrity-wise.
People are dying every moment. Fuck celebrities.
Don't say that, and then it turns out like somebody we should know died, and we're bad.
I don't know any celebrities too well.
I'm sure some people have died, but like none that I've remembered recently.
Yeah.
So that's good for you guys.
These are people who've died.
Way to stay alive, Tom Hanks. Congrats.
Good job.
Good job staying alive despite that COVID. Rita Wilson too. Might as well. Stay alive.
Well, now they can live to 150 apparently.
Yeah. Oh, now they're going to have some of that 150 time to deal with, and we're going to have to feed them.
Yeah, like celebrities can live to 200 because they got that money.
Tom Hanks is going to have to.
Were we meant to live longer if we could just figure it out?
What is meant to mean?
Yeah,
doesn't
you know
matter.
what? That implies intelligent design, which
I'm
I
not saying
don't believe in.
Well, I don't know. I can't say that the universe doesn't have some kind of order to it, but I don't know. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I'm just riding the wave, man. We're
gotta
like
ride
the
the wave.
Silver Surfer.
You just got to think, like, can the Earth withstand 8 billion of us living for 200 years apiece?
Well, no.
We'd find a different way. We're pretty savvy.
God, it just got dark, didn't it?
We are pretty savvy as a people, humanity.
All right, would you rather live in a moon colony or a Mars colony? Go, Andy.
Well, Mars seemed dusty.
It is.
Moon just seems clear, and it's made of cheese, so I have constant access to cheese.
All right,
Yeah.
Kelley.
Mars.
Freddy Morris.
So to live like forever?
Yeah, you got to go live in the colony.
And plus, I can
You get a choice.
I can moon people from the moon.
You get people
that's
from the
true.
moon.
I would get too homesick if it were Mars. I'd have to go with the moon because it's closer to Earth.
Well, Kelley and I got it right. And it's a shame because Mars is clearly the answer because Mars is
Well, it's a planet.
It's a real planet, yeah. And I could probably actually, like, I've watched Fired or Mars or whatever it's called. Have you seen that show?
What?
About the guy who works in graphic design and he goes to work on Mars.
No.
an animated show on something.
No.
It's one of the Wilson brothers. It's really a really good show. Yeah, it's but the guy goes to live on Mars, but he just has a regular job. So it's just about the little differences of what it's like to live on Mars versus Earth.
Just a little difference.
A
Yeah.
little different.
Elsa says that sounds fucking boring.
My dog is snoring loud. Okay.
I wish you would die, Dad. She's in an awkward phase.
I mean, regardless of where we're living, we'll be like in pods, right?
Yeah, you'd have to be.
Yeah.
Unless they figured out how to terraform and create an atmosphere, you're fucked. It's too cold, and there's no atmosphere.
Well, there's going to be a dome.
I mean,
we'll have to live in a dome.
You'll have
Like,
to
there's
live in a
like
dome.
landscapes on Mars, right? Like hills and mountains, right?
Yeah.
Isn't the moon just
Lava
flat?
tubes underneath?
What you got to do?
Maybe.
What you got to do is you got to fucking create a huge indoor structure
Yeah.
that incorporates a lot of
Kids.
the terrain so that it feel and then create your atmosphere within. And it can be a large
Yeah.
thing, but that's what
Well,
you're
if you put it that way, I would like to live on Mars then, because
Yeah.
moon just seems boring.
and then you can terraform.
Yeah.
But if we're living in pods, I would live on the moon.
Because you could just zip down to Earth whenever you
Oh
need
yeah,
to.
like just
I
the
mean-
elevator that you talked about doing.
I get the concept.
I feel like I can tell you how to do it. I've been just fucking down in Star Trek like
Yeah.
Skittles,
Oh,
and I
yeah.
feel like now I'm an expert in future science.
Have you ever read Red Mars? Kim Stanley Robinson's whole Mars trilogy.
No.
It gets into this shit like nitty gritty, man. It's fun.
Are you getting angry? Like,
That's right.
you're just like, why can't they just do it? Are they stupid?
Where are the replicators?
Then why can't you terraform this? It's a small planet.
I've already told you how to do it.
You come over
I've already
here and you
explained it
move
to you. Do
these
you want me
two
to draw a
levers.
picture for
You
you?
find that lady that fucked Kirk and had his baby behind his back.
Have you seen Deep Space Nine?
Then you deal with Khan real quick, and then boom, terraform.
It's called the Genesis Project.
Sound like what the kids are saying now on the internet. Like when somebody can't do something, they're like, why can't they just do it? Are they dumb?
No cap.
Yeah.
Is that what the kids are
Yeah,
saying?
like about like a lot of times in like the Bengals, right? It's like, why can't the Bengals just win? What are they, dumb?
Now,
Yeah.
now that almost feels like it could be like an actual thing that.
Because they're just saying it's that easy.
silly.
Yeah. I get like that I think the joke is they're in on the joke of what
Yeah.
they're saying is stupid, but I have seen some astoundingly dumb shit the past 2 days scrolling through TikTok because I was just like bored for one reason or another trying to sleep. And I've seen guys having the dumbest conversations. I'm beginning to think they're punking their viewers.
Bunking
No, I
the viewers.
I think they're generally dumb.
Yeah, it is shocking though.
I mean,
some
the
of these
teachers are
things.
trying to warn
Well,
us
you
that
give-
the pandemic did not
Yeah.
do good things for children.
I think you got a combo of both.
Yeah.
I think there are some robots and some agitators that are out there to create and foment
I love that word.
problems.
agitators are fomenting.
So here's the problem: you give people a platform where they think that their opinions matter
Yeah.
because they have an
Yes.
audience.
Agreed.
And
but
then-
I also
and then
think
there's-
there's a lot of just dumb, stupid, dum-dums.
And then not to be paranoid, like Kelley kind of started to say, I kind of also agree that there's some stuff tweaking it a little.
the ad actors.
There's bad actors who tweak it and encourage certain things.
There's Russian bots.
Certain things. It's not to get all spooky.
And then people buy into the bots.
Yeah.
Like, oh, look, they're interact with me, so therefore
right.
I'm right.
Yeah.
Elon Musk, you
Yeah.
dumb fuck.
That shit's happening.
I would say that probably most of the weird shit people that you see on the internet are bots. That's an exaggeration, but I think there's a lot more than you think there are.
Yeah.
Or there's a lot of ladies out there looking to get down with Freddy Morris.
Yeah. I am beating people off with both hands.
Well, good for you.
Thank
Are your hands tired?
Oh boy.
A lot of nondescriptly hot blondes and Asian ladies
Yeah.
saying that they're looking for a good man, or they have an investment opportunity and they're all about that dollar
They're all about the
bill,
dollars. Give me the
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin,
Yeah.
Bitcoin.
Or you know what I get more than that is I get the ones who are like they notice that I post music all the time and they're like, you want to be famous? Just DM me and we're gonna figure it out. We're
Yeah.
gonna get you famous.
I don't know who the fuck Reality Records is, but stop like, posting in our fucking comments.
There's so much.
Oh, what is
spam.
that? Oh, really? Reality Records?
Yeah.
Oh
It's-
god.
Send the pics.
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't want any of that shit. Like I'm indie anyway. I have no
Hey,
interest in record
This
labels.
is reality,
spam.
man. It's spam.
No, but what I'm saying is like you're targeting the wrong people.
Yes.
Oh well, I don't even know if it knows. I don't think it cares what it's doing.
It's not a real
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
What do you mean it's not a real thing? Well, those some
It's
of these
a bot.
companies. No, the thing is, some of these companies really do exist and created bullshit business models. Like there are record labels out there.
oh yeah, of course.
Technically, we have a record label.
I'm
that
willing
should
to
tell
bet
you something.
this is not a real record label. Or,
But even if it is,
I don't even think it's pretending to be one.
real. A real record label these days is a dude in his house.
yeah.
So like, don't believe the hype if you're a musician who gets that shit and you think when it pops up, a record label is interested
Nobody
in
does.
you. No, there are people out there fall for that
well,
shit.
I know,
Public
you're right.
service announcements.
Well, this
man.
is I agreed, but it's that's sort of like saying don't fall for the scam, but you people, you know who you are.
You know who you
you
are.
are.
You know you've fallen for other scams. Think slow.
If you
slower.
fall for scams, please do not believe that you're going to be signed.
Yeah, just don't. Reverse mortgages are scams. Okay, are we moving on?
Oh
Kinda
yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry.
Hello, boys and girls. It's time for Straight-to-Video Russian Roulette.
Bars.
Don't Look Away.
Okay.
Tubi. With ads.
Tubi with ads.
Tubi with
Correct.
ads.
That's where it streams.
You know, I want to.
Is this one of those Tubi originals?
I don't know.
Or just one they acquired?
It's something like
It's
that.
on
An
Tubi,
exclusive
yeah.
or, yeah.
Because they're making their own content now. And like some of them are actually decent.
Yeah, one of the ones I've watched was, I thought, real good. This one has potential. Like, I feel like the team, some of the team, not all of the team, but some of the team has the potential, I think, to make something really good, because there were some really good elements in here. Like, I liked a lot of the look of it. I liked sort of the way they built some tension. Visually was cool. I liked the score and the soundtrack. Like, they had a good idea of, they had cool music.
But
But
You smell a butt.
there were no cats in America.
Oh, thank God.
And the streets are paved with cheese. But I mean, it's clumsy. This is my. That's what I kept coming back to, and I want to I want to support. I want to give this. Like I said, I feel like there's some good things, and some things that I liked. Like, I genuinely was like, oh, I wish the rest of this movie was up to that
Yeah.
Gotcha.
element. But the acting, first off, first off, and just foremost, that's how I'm going to start my Gettysburg Address.
First off and first foremost? Wait,
First off and just foremost.
And just foremost.
Sorry,
Wow, that was a brain tweezer?
it was a brain
Why did they
tweezel.
decided we needed the word foremost?
It
Anyway,
is a weird one.
It's a weird word.
it is for most.
Oh!
Is that what?
I love grammar jokes.
Yeah, me too.
You owe me dry underwear.
You're so
So
smart. Smart and funny, guys.
I'm a real catch. But so the acting, unfortunately, for the most part, is a no go.
Yeah.
And,
No!
and like,
It never took off.
it's a non-starter.
It has never happened.
Say your lines.
It kind of
Say your lines.
fizzled every time they acted. They were trying. I'll give them that. And some did slightly better than others.
Are
but
they saying line?
overall, there's a lot of faces and a lot of a lot of delivery, like a lot of, and like not mumblecore.
Yeah.
Like, I don't do this usually.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine was like, "You want to be a movie?"
Yeah. And you did it.
And he's like, "I don't think you should consider it, Brenda."
And another friend was miking it, everybody.
So yeah, so that's acting took me out a little bit, but
They got what they paid for.
but here's the thing, I could have dealt with that.
Yeah.
The stronger problem was the writing.
Yeah.
The script was, I couldn't tell. Like, watching this, it was, on one level, it was almost so bad it's good, but it, like, there were moments where you're like, is this a comedy?
Oh, yeah.
But it's not.
Oh.
But then there are moments like, oh, come on, they have to. If it is, it's too subtle.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those.
It never gives you permission to laugh.
And it's definitely not like, it doesn't feel self-aware.
Yeah.
So yeah, but like some of the lines and deliveries, there's a character when he delivers his lines, I'm like, no, come on, this guy is like Gabe in The Office. Like, this guy is come on.
Would a better actor have delivered it better? I mean, the lines come across better, or is it mostly
Some of it was definitely the delivery. Maybe some of it was a bit of the direction in like telling them to act like these kinds of people. Like, I'll tell you, like
Rough ideas.
the character I'm thinking of, he's just like over intense all the time, like in this like I'm acting way, and it's just like that's not what she's doing, and that's not what that person's doing. This guy's mumbles. This guy's try hard. This girl's wide eyes.
I had that problem with one of the actors in our main attraction this week too.
The boss, his boss, not
His boss,
the one that take him to dinner.
The redhead, yeah.
Yep.
You
I was
too.
gonna say.
Well, I peeped it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't take me out, but
No, it worked out.
but when you said
Yeah.
it, I was like, I bet I know who it is.
Yeah, she was the weak link, but she was still pretty good.
She's pretty good. So that's weak. Like I said, some of the writing is weak. Also, I don't want to spoil it. They actually kind of give away part of it in the description, I think. But the thing is kind of dumb. Like it's kind of and also it's ripping off. Like it is very like deliberately calling out and like homaging a ton. These were for the listeners, by the way, you guys. I know you can hear them in my voice, but
Yeah.
I wanted the listeners to get it.
Can you imagine if you could hear air quotes?
Oh my god!
You can.
What would it sound like?
You hear them in the tone.
It would sound like it was a good movie,
right.
Oh yeah, it's hard to do it without doing them. Oh my god,
Yeah.
I can't do it.
So you're
Your really long fingers.
noticing.
I'm sorry.
That's what friends call back. Right
You're noticing, peeping in your vernacular, that they're homaging other horror movies.
Oh, yeah, so
better horror movies,
there's
which is a thing we just talk about in every fucking movie anymore. And it's like,
And it's like overt.
okay,
Like it's. I mean, not in a good way. Like they say the phrase "it follows."
oh Lord,
Literally that phrase.
That's weird.
A number of times, and one time it's definitely like, you get it,
Yeah.
because this is that sort of theme
What
of
do
the
you
thing that follows people around.
yeah.
I want to see a sketch where it's somebody reacting to all of the call outs in this movie,
Yeah,
but they really love all of them. That would make me happy.
that would be a very good sketch.
Is that the plot of the movie? It follows ish.
Yes, it is, ish. But there's like a thing. There's a physical, and it's just kind of, you're just like, what? And then they keep talking about the thing that's.
Well, honestly, I thought if it follows wasn't so well executed, I would think, what? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
It is like that. I mean, it's just there's too many. It's very clumsy. Again, somebody might like the look of it is cool.
Somebody's losing their mind to It Follows right now out there. He's watching it. They're like, honey, hold on. I paused it for you. And they come back out of the kitchen with the popcorn. He's like, I'm going back. It's worth it. Don't worry.
Yeah.
What did you just hear?
He says it like
Unofficial
twice.
sequel.
They say it 2 or 3 times. One time though, again, it's like like it's like right down into the fucking pitcher's glove, right down the middle.
They looking at the camera when they said it.
And then there's all this Shining shit.
Yeah.
Like there's all these scenes of the fiance typing away at his thesis, and then she goes and looks at it, and it's weird. And also they don't do a good job of showing you what the screen says, so I have no idea what was weird about it.
It said single under status of relationship.
But he's clearly doing a Jack Torrance thing, and there's someone who's watching The Shining at one point. It's just like, it's really trying to like name check some shit and be like, yeah, see, ha, we like horror, don't we? You know that we like horror. We're not just post horrors. So
But when it's that obvious, it takes you out of the movie.
Yeah.
it does.
Yeah.
So I wanted, but it was briefly short. It didn't overstay its welcome so much.
You would say it was briefly short.
It was briefly short.
That is a weird way to put that, but I was gonna let it go.
I love it.
There's a lot of nonsense. Well, you know, it was
I like
just
it,
the
though.
foremost.
It was foremost
Just
in
the
your
foremost,
mind.
briefly short.
You're a fucking wordsmith.
I'm the wordsmith that in town that you don't go to. There's 2 wordsmiths, and there's the one you go to, and then you come to me when that guy's got COVID. But
When that guy.
so or lady, or
How
whoever.
progressive you are.
Thank you.
Or they.
Or them. What have
True
you?
spirits. What have you? Yep.
You celebrate the entire spectrum.
So I wanted to I'm rooting for it, but it was clumsy. So it's not a non-recommend exactly, but it needs work. I would rate it if this was the Kingdom Hall, which this joke is literally only for me and maybe 2 other people in the audience. But if this was the Kingdom Hall and you were giving talk number 2, you'd be marked as needs work.
Yeah. Heavy.
I love that.
Jody's family, she told me, a friend of
Yeah.
ours, that she was also in the same situation, went through the whole...
Was it Jehovah's Witness?
Yeah, Jehovah's Witness, disfellowship and all that.
Jody?
Yeah. Yeah.
Not
the Jody you're thinking of. I'll tell you after the show.
Oh,
It's a friend. She's great.
okay.
You'll love her.
Yeah, I might know her.
You might.
Thank you, Kelley,
Yeah, man.
for that review. Next week's movie, I fully expect to be hot garbage. Hot garbage.
Good garbage.
Hot garbage. Grrr.
You all right there? Do you need me to call your moose to come pick you up?
Doctor.
Dog door.
Sleep.
You want a dog door?
Dog door.
Yes. We need a new one, actually.
I have a dog door kit.
Do you really?
Well, I'll tell you about it.
Okay. Oh, we weren't making a joke. Okay.
Sometimes real life has to creep in because of the
Interesting.
nature of our lives are very, very busy.
Weird. Oh, it's 2 hours. Okay. Haunting of the Queen Mary. I like the Queen Mary as a haunted place. I think it's interesting.
That's fun.
You could visit that still, right?
We almost went.
Yeah, we
were in
almost
California.
Right?
That doesn't really count that we almost went. But
it's there.
we looked at tickets.
I'm just saying the option is there,
And I was like, gee, it's kind of far away.
and I like options.
It's on Hulu. Haunting of the Queen Mary explores the mysterious and violent events surrounding one family's voyage on Halloween night in 1938 and their interwoven destiny with another family on board the infamous ocean liner present day. Not unlike the X-Files episode that took place on the Queen Mary.
It's probably
Or DSV.
It is probably someone saw that and was like, "Let's do that."
Or Ghost
but
Ship.
as a movie, yeah,
and not even both Ghost. Remember there was Ghost Ship and then that one with like George Kennedy or whatever?
yeah.
That we watched?
That one was Death Ship.
Death Ship, that was it.
Ghost Ship had some good moments.
Yeah, Amy
Great
hasn't
opening.
seen Ghost Ship yet.
Really great opening. Great. There's
No,
like
we
a,
ended up watching it. Didn't
Oh,
we?
did
a
we?
handful
Yeah.
of really good scenes in that movie, but it's mostly boring.
Mostly.
Mostly.
The movie does star Alice Eve,
Oh
who
yeah.
was in Star Trek Into Darkness, which was the remake of Wrath of Khan.
Yeah, she hot.
And she played the lady who fucked Kirk and had his baby behind his back.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I'm trying to remember her face. I
Full
can't.
circle. All right.
All right.
Anyway, ghosts and time travel-y and parallel dimensions. I'm into it all.
Sure.
I like it. It sounds
Is that the
really
night before
fun.
Alice?
It's Alice Eve. Oh, everybody, it's the time to celebrate Alice Eve. Put on your little bikini.
Your little bikini.
Is that how we celebrate Alice?
Oh yeah, because that's what
You're gonna be watching. You're gonna be celebrating Alice Eve.
that's what I remember about her in Star Trek is her little bikini.
She had a little bikini.
She's bodacious, is what I'm trying to say.
I get it. I haven't seen her, but
You've
I know
seen her.
I've seen her, but I don't remember her. But I'm gonna look her up.
Oh, boy, he's
Tell you
gonna.
what?
All right.
I'll buy the calendar. I don't care.
I stay up to midnight on Alice Eve.
It's the one night you're getting to where you don't like
I
it,
get up
right?
in one present and
You get one tonight.
What do you buy?
And on Alice Day,
Day.
you get your Wonderland cake and
your bikini.
and your little
It's
bikini.
like like
Wonderland.
the Christmas pictures where people dress up in the same pajamas.
Yeah, it's everybody's in little bikinis. Mom, dad, the kids,
Oh my god, the pets.
Uncle Stewie,
Little
Grandpas, dads.
grandpas.
Okay.
This club has everything. Grandpas.
The foreign exchange student that's staying with you for.
All right, we're gonna move on now.
All right.
Oh, I'm just like hardly breathing.
That's Joker's girlfriend.
Huh? You're in, Andy?
I forgot for a minute there. I forgot to turn the mics down, so I'm sorry.
You heard me asking Andy.
He was caught. Would you ask him if he was okay? Is that what it was?
Caught with his pants down, figuratively speaking.
Yeah, it was.
Warm in here.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Gremlins 2.
Gremlins
Welcome
2.
to our discussion of this movie.
Okay, you guys, I have always liked this movie, and you guys didn't really like it for a long time.
This was
I
the
did
first time
not.
I've seen it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
But like these two guys, you guys always, Freddie and Kelley, you guys always had some mixed feelings about it.
I did not like it. I did not. I mean, like,
I did not hit her.
I did not. As a kid, I saw it, around the time, whenever it hit video, I remember watching it with friends, maybe twice. And I loved at the time and still do, but I loved Gremlins so much as a certain kind of thing. And I thought this was so far removed from that kind of thing that they were like just making fun of it, which they are, but like in a loving way. And at the time, I just thought they were like, oh, this is just a bullshit. Because I was much movie snobbier, if you can believe it.
As a 12-year-old.
As a 12-year-old or a 13-year-old, whatever I was. So I was very peh about it. But there were moments I thought were funny. But then I didn't watch it again until today. But I thought I would like it, but I had the feeling that I was going to actually really enjoy it this time.
See, I've always liked this movie because it's more appealing to kids, I think.
Yeah, I can see
And
that.
I watched this more
Which
than,
is why I think I, as a kid, didn't like it.
I watched this more than Gremlins because I was a kid.
Yeah.
And obviously I'm more like it's more appealing to see all these gremlins being wacky as opposed to just being
a hot one,
scary.
Well, and it is still, there's still quite a bit of like horrifying violence, and it's actually, I feel like, amped up, but because it's so cartoony.
They fucking
But I appreciate
pureed that one gremlin, and I was like, he's screaming the whole time.
Not just that, the way that they were just mauling people.
Yeah.
Well, and like them torturing the shit out of Gizmo the whole movie, basically.
That was like kind of gentle ribbing, though. It was cute torture.
Well, but you didn't see, like, they showed what they were about to do, and then they cut away. When you're not seeing it, they were fucking shocking him with those wires.
Right? Fucking testicles, man.
They put him on the fucking the copier where the light goes off in his eyes over
He's
and
blind
over
at this
again.
point.
You just expect Larry David to be in the background laughing,
He's never gonna father a little mogwai, I'll tell you
It's
that
pretty
much.
intense torture, but it's so cartoony and funny.
Yeah.
Unlike
Like,
the first
I
one where it's
appreciate-
played very seriously.
So now I appreciate them on different ways.
Yeah, agreed.
Was your reaction similar to Kelly's when you were a kid? You're like, you didn't treat this the way as important as it
Well,
is.
yeah, I was telling you that when we were watching it.
I know, I guess I was getting you to say that now.
Yeah, because I told Amy basically the same thing you just said, Kelley. But then I watched it again about 5 years ago and still hated it. But then something happened with the way I process movies, I think, in my brain, where it was like I really appreciate it was Joe Dante. He was basically doing like malicious compliance with Warner Brothers and saying, I'm going to make the movie, but I'm going to make a movie I want to make.
It's very meta.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like the story about the Turtles, although this is the opposite because this movie I don't think was a hit at all. But, they supposedly, and this is completely apocryphal, or maybe it's real, I don't know. But they wrote, Happy Together, and it was this huge hit for them. But they were kind of psychedelic, and they thought it was like just their throwaway goofy song, and the studio wanted them to do another one. So they wrote Eleanor, and it's the same chords, just rearranged, and they thought it was like a big joke, and then they made it super saccharine sweet, and they thought it would be obvious, and it would get them out of their contract. But then, of course, it became like their second biggest hit, if not bigger than the first one.
Isn't that funny? I think like those guys who write those songs, they love to tell that story because they're like, I write kind of lovey-dovey stuff, but I fuck around. I fuck around, and sometimes I push back, and I do smart ass shit too.
Yeah. But, like he
When those
fucked
two
around,
were-
but he made a really good movie.
Well, that's what I was saying. So yeah, he went
Same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it just wasn't as commercial success.
Yeah.
But I think I appreciate Gremlins 2 more now that my new movie knowledge has increased.
Yeah.
And like watching this, I was like, this is Paul Verhoeven.
Yeah,
It's
there's a
very
lot
RoboCop.
going.
It's very
Agreed.
Total Recall.
It sure was.
Oh, see, I got Full Moon out of it.
It's that too.
Twilight Full Moon.
Yeah. Or
Oh, you meant Full
Charles
Moon
Band.
Production. Yeah. The company, like,
that's what I got.
There were definitely some Charles Band looking gremlins.
I don't think it was as good as Verhoeven.
No, I'm talking
it's
about just the
different.
way they approach
Stylistically.
it. And
the social stuff.
yeah.
Well, the
It
colors.
was a little softer than,
Yeah.
but I see what you're saying, Andy. Like,
Yeah,
it
the
was,
Clamp logo looked very RoboCop.
All right, Daniel Clamp, Donald Trump. We'll get all that out.
Although
of the way.
much better of a person.
Well,
Yeah, it kind of felt like a legit kid's entry into the world of Paul Verhoeven. Like, it would be like, like your villains are. It's like when they make an animated series of something out of like Star Wars, or something where you have a villain who in the movie is a certain level of hardness in a live action production, wherein you make an animated one and you're like, we need the equivalent of that villain who's just not as.
Yeah, you soften the Joker up a little bit.
Yeah, it's like because like you can't take anything Verhoeven does seriously because it's so over the top.
Yeah.
Same thing with like the Gremlins in this.
Same. Yeah. You nailed it.
Cast. Let's talk about the cast.
Oh, can I just start
Yes.
shouting?
Start shouting.
Christopher Lee, man.
I forgot he was in this. 'Cause
Dr. Catheter.
I didn't know as a 10-year-old who Christopher Lee was.
It was so fucking great. He was so great.
Somebody's first experience with him was Gremlins 2, probably.
His and just the way, like, always, he's always Christopher Lee, man. He's always like, I am playing this role.
What did we just watch him in that was so ridiculous?
Here's the deal with
It was like
Christopher
a
Lee.
riff tracks or something.
I watched a Christopher Lee movie so frequently that I couldn't
He
tell
was
you.
in like a black leotard thing with a weird shaped hat and like.
Oh,
you know.
yeah. They were aliens in that one. It was like, it was
Yeah.
almost like, it was similar to
You
Plan
know what?
9.
He fucking brought it. He was like,
Yeah.
whatever.
Of course he did.
Have you
I'm
seen that
doing
one,
it.
Andy, where Christopher Lee wears, it's like a unitard?
So did he play it seriously even though it's kind of ridiculous?
Oh, he always plays
Yeah,
it.
That's what I'm saying.
He
He
always
did
plays it like.
But he also throws some stuff in Gremlins too. Like he does have comedy chops where
Oh, no,
he
that's
does
what I mean.
comedy too.
He
yeah.
does.
Oh, his
yeah.
name was
He, like-
Cushing Catheter. That was his name.
Oh, yeah.
He's just always a professional.
That's
Yeah.
what I meant.
Yeah,
Like
that's
he's
it.
just
Yeah.
He's
He did his
totally
job.
in
Yeah.
the world. You know what I mean? So which is a slapstick world. So yeah, he totally has, like you said, good comedy chops.
Yeah, he
All right.
it's like kind of like Leslie Nielsen, very similar.
Yeah.
Who else?
Well, you got your returning. You got your
Well, yeah, you
your
got your
grads. You got
returning.
your Zach Galligans and your Phoebe Cates.
Aren't they
Phoebe
perfect
Cates.
together?
They are the cutest people I've ever seen
Yeah.
in my life.
Phoebe Cates has the exact same haircut I had when I was like in 5th grade. And I just looked at her and I go, no, it doesn't work on anybody.
It doesn't work on anybody.
Too short.
I thought it
on
worked on
her.
Phoebe
She
Cates.
can pull
Really?
anything off.
Yeah,
Oh, the
Like
costume.
she's
and
too
everything.
adorable.
I loved it.
Well,
Well,
adorable,
yeah.
yes, but I'm not after adorable, Andy.
I know, but she can look. She looks good in anything.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
I'm
The
talking
haircut
about as
just
the
brought me
male
back.
gaze. I should have specified. I meant the male gaze didn't like that haircut
Oh well,
for me.
Not me. Like
I was into
she
it.
can still pull it off.
yeah, boy.
I'm approaching it in a different way than you are, obviously.
I'd have popped that uniform off and looked right into that hair while she rode me.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. It's no deal breaker if you're listening.
No, you said it's a deal breaker now. You can't go back.
I
You
never said deal breaker.
You said that Phoebe Cates' hair, man,
Mrs.
makes me
Cates.
not a male gazer.
Ms.
But
Cates.
do you always see her as sexy, regardless of what she's in? Because
I do.
this role is not like Fast Times or anything like
Have you
that.
met a
Doesn't
straight
matter.
man?
I think she's an attractive.
Yeah, she's always attractive, but like it depends on the role.
No, it's
You
not
know,
a sexy role.
yeah,
She's
that's
just
what
a
I'm saying.
sexy
She's
person.
a sexy person, yeah.
She can't help it, can she?
can't.
Girl can't help
Some
it.
people are sexy no matter
Girl
what.
can't help it. Girl can't.
You know? The world's most interesting man. From the Dos Equis commercials could have a
I'm
booger
trying
hanging
to
out of his
get-
nose.
We
It's a
got
fucking-
Tony Randall as the voice of the brainy.
Yeah, Tony Randall.
The
Tony
gremlin.
Randall.
That's the Amy said that. I forgot Tony Randall was in this. And that's also a joke.
Remember
Yeah.
Tom Hanks?
Tom Hanks. No short-term memory, Mr. Short-term. No
Mr.
short-term
Short-
memory.
That's weird because I
Short-term
did
memory
that.
loss
Mr.
guy
No
or whatever.
short-term memory.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about it because when you said Tony Randall's in this, I was like, Tony Randall.
Tom Hanks on Saturday Night Live. Look it up if you're too young to understand.
Tom Hanks on Saturday Night Live is maybe the best thing.
It's fucking classic. And then Tony Randall shows up by himself in like a fake game show, but he doesn't have a short-term memory. So every time he like turns away and turns back, he's like, Tony Randall.
Amy, that blew my mind. That's why you laughed so hard when I said it. I thought, I didn't know. I thought you were just laughing at that I was
Oh, no,
excited about
that-
Tony Randall.
For whatever reason, that sketch will be forever burned into my
same.
like soul.
I remember it now that you described it. And I think I do.
I love his delivery as the brainy gremlin.
Yeah, I get you. There was some
It is
weirdness
so
to it.
ridiculous.
He pronounced words funny.
He pronounced. That's what I'm saying. It
He
was
was like he was about talking to the bat gremlin.
Yeah.
And he was injecting him with the sunscreen, and we don't burn and tan.
Yeah.
Or something like that. The way he said it was just so exaggerated as like Frasier-esque.
Yeah,
it was like he couldn't. It was like he didn't
just,
quite get the accent.
But it was just so
Yeah.
exaggerated that and that's what he was going for, like this highbrow guy. But
Yeah.
just these little things, like they don't burn.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Yeah,
They don't beer.
I don't think he probably didn't work very hard to nail the affectation.
What do you think he was just trying some goofy shit?
Yeah.
Who
he's
worked
just-
harder,
very
Eric
playful.
Roberts on a talking cat, or Tony Randall, Gremlins 2?
Well, like
no-brainer.
Tony Randall didn't record
Definitely
it from his
Tony
phone.
Yeah.
Tony Randall clearly went to a studio.
He went to a studio. He was probably awake, sober, or at least not completely like.
Now
what
can
Eric
we
Roberts
talk
did.
about Robert Picardo?
Robert Picardo. You got you got a few Star Trek people up in this bitch.
Did he play in? Is he a Next Generation person?
No, he is from Voyager.
He's the
Voyager.
doctor.
He's
He's
the-
Lewis. What's his nuts?
He's a hologram. He does not have a name.
But
He's
this
the
is,
emergency medical hologram, the EMH.
Verhoeven.
Oh yeah, he was Johnny Cab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
Andy's,
shit.
Andy's like
Yeah,
fucking
like-
on fire tonight.
And of course, he's a Joe Dante regular.
Yeah, and well, you think about all these guys.
'Cause he's
The
an
reason
Allen.
you see a lot of
Oh,
these
yeah.
connections, I think. Yeah, good point. He was. I'm going to give you a piece of my mind.
He's
Remember
Eddie
that?
Quist.
That was good shit. Oh yeah, sorry, I almost lost the thread there. Roger Corman.
Oh.
The common denominator, Roger Corman.
Right, Roger
like you, not necessarily directly to Paul Verhoeven, but to people who worked on those that echelon and that pedigree, I guess would be the way to describe that. And then, but there's so much Roger Corman in this too, which really survived through that iteration. Certain little things, like if you watch Chopping Mall and this together, you'll see a lot of similarities.
Would you
too.
see those movies playing like that?
Oh, yeah.
that Robert Prosky is showing.
Oh yeah, well he has
God
It's a
damn, I
Wonderful
love him.
Life. That was a great. Did you catch that they had It's a Wonderful Life on the TV behind him?
Oh no, but that's what was showing in Kingston Falls.
Yeah, because it was kind of supposed to be the same town. Like I'm sure
Yeah.
everybody knows that, but if you don't know when you're listening and you're wondering what we're talking about, it's the same. Theoretically, it's the same town. It's supposed to be basically the town from It's a
Bever
Wonderful
Falls
Life.
versus Kingston Falls.
Right.
Yeah.
In thematically, not necessarily literally, but thematically, it's the same town.
Yeah.
You gotta love Picardo as the villain.
Yeah.
He's not a villain. Is he a villain? There's no villain.
He's villain-esque.
He's villainous.
Yeah, there's
He's
no
just-
hard villain.
Yeah, he's just like kind of a smarmy jerk.
He's an 80s smarmy jerk, so therefore he's the villain. I mean, look at his. Was he wearing a piece there? He was wearing a piece.
don't know.
He was fully bald by
hard to-
Voyager
hard to
like
tell.
6 years later.
Oh, you're talking about Picardo.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
I
hard
thought
to
you were
say.
talking about.
No.
Clamp.
I don't think he was.
Clamp's just a bad haircut. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I think that guy is the crazy Trill that tried
Yeah.
to take
John Glover's
Dax
been
from.
on-
Yeah.
He's great.
Yeah.
Does he play a villain on Star Trek?
He plays Lex Luthor on Lois and Clark.
Yeah. Remember from the 90s?
Who? I'm talking
John
about
Glover.
Yeah.
Picardo. I'm talking-
Oh, no.
Picardo. Sorry,
Oh, so he plays a good guy?
He
'Cause-
plays almost
Yeah,
exclusively
yeah.
good
Oh,
guys.
because normally he's kind of like very like a jerk most of the
Yeah.
time.
Well,
no,
yeah,
I mean,
he-
the doctor's an asshole, but
Yeah.
he's a good guy.
Okay.
He does both. Like I know what you're talking about. Like he's also really like he plays a lot of great jerks. But
Yeah.
yeah, he mostly plays like kind of lovable people.
Okay.
At least in his
Lovable
later
jerks.
stuff. Yeah.
Julia Sweeney.
Yeah.
Which one was Julia Sweeney?
She was the sneezing
No
sick
shit.
secretary to Christopher Lee's character.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mind fucking Blayne.
Yeah. This was loaded.
Shit.
Right?
Shit.
Just like her tissue. Her tissue was loaded. Remember
Okay,
she
now
hosted
who
Pancake
is
Fest?
the redhead? Is she like a known actress?
Yeah.
No.
Of course.
I mean, she's done stuff, but
may
like
have-
not a.
This was probably her biggest movie, right?
And you guys said you guys had a problem with her performance, right?
She was on the same page as everybody.
Well,
else.
yeah, I thought she was the weakest. She also had a
Yeah.
bad accent.
Yeah.
The accent was annoying.
But the accent, here's the deal. I don't think it was an accent. I think it's how she talks. Because didn't you say she was from New Jersey?
I don't think that's how she talks.
It sounded
that
like
was
a
very
fake
clearly.
accent.
It was a
weird.
fake accent.
Yeah, it
She's
fit the
playing it up.
movie because it's
It fit the movie for
Yeah.
sure, but
Oh yeah, but
It was
like,
a
she
different
just,
quality of intent. Like it wasn't refined the
She
way
wasn't
everyone else
given the
was.
same way everybody else was given.
You're looking at people who it's not even that she might not even been capable to do what the other cast members were doing because those people are people who all they care about is acting. like Zach
Galligan.
And back then, Phoebe Cates, they really cared about that stuff, and they both worked their asses off. Christopher Lee was always acting and doing plays, and I think she was kind of like somebody who didn't have all that kind of background.
Well, is it the acting or the character? Because her character is kind of over the top, and
It could be both.
Zach Galligan and Phoebe Cates are playing regular
It could
people.
be both. I don't know.
It's harder to play regular people with most
And really, I'm
actors would
comparing
say.
her to like really awesome performances. Like when I say she wasn't as good, that's like 10%.
Right.
Yeah.
Not as good.
To me, she fit with everybody.
She was
else.
forgettable. If there's one thing from this movie that I have to watch it again to know exists, like it's her. I'll forget she exists, and I'll remember all the other things about this movie probably for the rest of my life.
Billy's a bit of a bitch in this one at the beginning.
Yeah.
Like, he's very, I don't want to put the trees on the picture.
Yeah.
Don't make me too
He's
much.
a doormat.
Don't make me too much job. I don't want to do it the way you want me to do it. But I think, again, that's sort of a play on his like nice guy thing from the first movie.
He kind of has to be, yeah, for the audience to definitely like him. He has to be so put upon.
Well, I think it's a play too. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like a comedic play
Well-
on like his like sort of milk toasty. Like,
Yeah, it's Joe Dante saying
Yeah.
that you'll eat this up because this is what they wanted. They wanted me
Yeah.
to make a sequel. Guess what you're going to get? You're going to get the same shit.
It's in the movie.
Everything's going to be just like it was in the first one, but it's going to be stupider.
Yeah.
Like Phoebe Cates' speech. This
That's the part I remember liking.
Yeah.
When I
It's
saw it as a
hilarious.
kid.
Do you
me
guys
too.
know that she was talking about Lincoln's birthday? That was the holiday.
Yeah.
You know what today is?
Yeah, it's President's Day. Colin asked me that actually.
Wow, what a coincidence.
I wrote it down.
It's a coinky dink.
It's a coinky dink.
That's pretty.
I made that note. I was like, we got to talk about
That's
that.
pretty crazy.
In between that fucking vegetable gremlin, which like whatever,
I love the
grossed me
back
out.
gremlin.
the electricity gremlin.
I like the
It's
vegetable
in the
gremlin.
movie.
I think the vegetable gremlin is
in the movie.
my favorite one. Is the vegetable
No,
gremlin?
just the way it looked.
Yeah, it's gross.
It was so
It's
like,
disgusting.
and the way they popped off tomatoes from it. It always looked so gross to me.
It is disgusting.
One thing, like, so like all these gremlins get born. Let me think about this. They drink a hormone juice.
Yeah.
Because in this smart building of the future, the
Yes.
Clamp building, there's also a genetics testing laboratory. And you know, what else do you keep there but beakers full of hormones and DNA,
Spider stuff.
spider goo.
That works immediately.
And if you drink it, and you're a gremlin.
See, that's what I love about this movie.
Yeah, I
Like,
agree. I love
like,
this.
there are no rules.
But that's, you guys tell
Because-
me you don't like bad movies and you don't like you won't purposely watch a bad movie, but like that's my whole life. I love
Yeah.
shitty, dumb, weird movies.
Like, it's such a 180 from the first one because the first one's
This
kind of
is shitty,
grounded.
dumb, weird
and
movie
it-
stuff.
It has
Yeah.
rules.
But it's deliberate.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they're
knowing what they're
deliberately
doing.
making.
Oh no, I think it's more fun when they sincerely thought that was an okay decision to make in a movie.
Well, it depends. Like,
Well, no, I'm saying that's why I like this
you're
movie.
right. Oh, you're right. You're right.
yeah,
Well,
there's
you
like
enjoy
kind
on
of a
different
criteria to what
levels.
you're talking about too, Amy. I think.
Now, where did the lady gremlin get the dress and the heels?
Great question. Where
Why
did the
anything?
construction gremlin get the helmet and the vest?
It's part of the fluid they
Where did-
drank.
Okay, where did the Brandy Gremlin get
Polyjuice
glasses?
potion.
I was gonna say because
What
he
was that?
drank it.
And
Poof,
he just
poof, poof.
He like
He
drank
comes
it,
back.
and he just sprouts glasses.
I
He's
love
got
it.
glasses.
Oh, you're talking
like
about Brainy, the Brainy
yeah, like
one.
I said, there's no rules in this.
No rules, just
So
right.
I think you just reminded me of my favorite moment in the whole movie. If I can just say it so I don't forget, is where they're in the lab early on in the first reel, and they have the jar that says "acid, do not throw in face." And then as soon as it's the Warner Brothers
It's
cartoon
so
element.
slapsticky. Yeah,
It's perfect
Which
in
again,
this.
this is only like a year or two after Roger Rabbit.
Here's how dumb I am, right? When I saw this movie, both the first time and the time I watched it years ago, it never occurred to me that the reason they put the Warner Brothers thing on the beginning with Daffy Duck, right?
Was to let you know this was a cartoon.
To be like,
so
this is what
slapstick.
you've come to.
Yeah.
And I didn't accept that.
I didn't either.
I didn't accept it. I said, no, that's a short.
I actually didn't even. I don't think I remember either. I didn't see that in
so
the version I
stubborn.
saw, or I
Yeah.
don't remember it at all.
Yeah, because it's
cute.
the thing about this movie is it so goes in the face of what, I just appreciate it so much more from the element of him kind of bucking the studio.
Oh, absolutely.
Because now it's like, we don't get this stuff. It never makes it out. If somebody bucked the studio this hard, it would be a movie they delete from a hard drive.
Yeah.
Aren't they deleting something? Didn't they say they were going to delete something recently? And everybody's like, why are you deleting that?
It's a, oh my God.
the Wile E.
the-
Coyote one.
It's
yeah,
a
the
Looney Tune.
Acme Wile E. Coyote
Yeah, they'd
movie.
rather take the tax break than release it.
Yeah.
But like I heard they were just going to be like,
That's what they do.
Yeah.
That's how they get the
Awful.
break. They have to basically destroy it because it's a loss that they lost the movie deliberately.
Why is it offensive?
no.
They don't think it'll make money.
The strikes were hard.
This is how
and
dark this is.
Wait,
This is how they're saving
a
money.
new Wile E. Coyote movie?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a live action, but like with some animated elements.
Oh, I heard about that, and I thought it
Acme
was a lie.
versus-
No, and the people are saying it was
It's like
supposed to be really good.
It was Will Forte.
He's
Yeah.
got such
It's a
bad luck
courtroom
sometimes.
drama, but it's all done with a blend of live action and animated Warner Brothers characters, and it's Wile E.
Very Harvey
Coyote.
Birdman.
He's suing the Acme Corporation because of all the injuries he
sustained.
got. Trying to capture the
it Bob
Roadrunner.
Duca?
Yeah. So it's a great premise. It's easy.
It's fun.
Like it's something I would have paid to see. So when you delete that, just know you don't get my $12.50 now, and I don't go to the movies.
Gremlins. Back to that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I went on an old man rant. You know what grinds my gears?
It's all just me going, what? The Canadian themed restaurant. I want to talk about this.
That was straight out of like American Psycho. Do you remember they went to that restaurant that they couldn't get?
Yeah,
that
the
they had to
weird
settle
restaurant.
on? It was like a Southwestern theme, but it was. I think like American Psycho was kind of playing on this.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Oh. I love a themed dining experience. It's one of my favorite things in this whole
It
goddamn
reminded
world.
me of Epcot. Like
Yes.
the
Le
Epcot,
Cellier.
yeah, the Canadian pavilion.
Like they have royal dudes dressed in royal Canadian mounted Mounties. They're dressed like Mounties.
Yeah, RCMPS.
And other Canadian stereotypes happen, and I'm like, I need my Canadian friends to let me know if this is offensive, but I would go there so hard. Did you see like the mug he was drinking out of was like the trunk of a tree? So cool.
And the chocolate mousse was an actual mousse.
That was
pretty great.
Did you get excited when you saw it?
Yeah, it
Yeah, me
was
too.
like these little tiny little things, like really smart and
Yeah.
that you
So
probably won't even notice.
There's a lot of great details.
Like with the twins, and Christopher Lee approaches like, you guys are working on the cloning, right? And it's revealed that they're twins.
Do you
Yeah.
remember
Yeah.
those guys? I feel like they had this. Sorry, I wasn't on
It
my
was so
microphone.
cute when they were dancing
yeah.
next to Gizmo.
That scene was a bit much
it
for
was,
me.
it was adorable.
But if you accept Daffy Duck into your heart, like I
you
did,
know that
this
I
time,
cannot fully relax into anything.
Yeah, that's true.
and at one point there were twin gremlins right behind the twins.
Yeah, that's so funny. Oh my God,
They were twins.
The guy from Kill Count
2020.
counted all the gremlins
Yeah.
in the
A
movie.
bunch of them got schmutz.
Because he does, what is it? It's Kill Count, so he counts every death in a horror
James
movie.
A. Janice, right?
Yeah, he's coming to
gonna be
Horror
a
Hound, right?
Yeah.
Hey James, well, hopefully we'll be meeting you in March. Your show's awesome, but he counts all the gremlins. That was a feat.
And that's another thing I love about this movie. This movie looked expensive.
It did. It
They
movies
built
don't look like
that-
that anymore.
They built the mall and the building sets.
And-
they didn't use somewhere. No, they fucking built all that, which kind of felt like a fuck you.
Yeah, and the sheer
Yeah, to
amount
spend
of
money.
the sheer amount of original Gremlins,
Yeah.
like, come on.
Yeah, the craftsmanship is off
Yeah.
it's off the charts. That even if like something like one slightly not perfect performance from one actor is the only thing that I could come out of this and say negative about it, and even that, like I said, she was still fine. This movie's fucking, for me, it's a perfect response to Gremlins,
Yeah.
and that's the best you can get out of a sequel.
Well, I will go with you on that, and I will say for me, I love now what I hated about it then, which is it is a completely different take on that world. It's taking that, and I mean, because
It's self-parody,
The
which is
original one
great.
is a little bit, I think, of a comedy. It's it's got lots of humor in it because it's a family, air quotes again,
Did you guys hear that?
movie. But like I like that this one was like, let's just go fucking zany with the same. I love that they made fun of the rules the way like people make fun of the rules.
we didn't even talk about that scene. That's a great
yeah.
scene.
Yeah, where they're talking about where he's trying to convince the scientists you can't feed them after midnight. They're like, well, what happens if they eat before midnight, but they get food caught in their teeth? Like, the shit that you hear nerds argue about on the
That
internet about
reminds me.
Gremlins.
If you watch this movie too, if you watch this movie, what a stupid way to start a sentence. Gremlins 2 feels like music. Like, because the score is so perfectly timed, but the dialogue is also timed.
Yeah.
So when you watch it, and this is something I never realized about this movie until now, it's just ingrained in me to look for rhythms and stuff, you know? Like, this movie is like, you could tap your foot to this movie from beginning to end.
It's got a real, like...
Yeah, I love that. And you know what?
zippy.
Like, I
It's
feel
very
like
zippy.
it's a lost art. Like, I don't feel like people do that anymore.
Somebody's always moving.
Yeah, it was like an
Yeah.
hour and 45 minutes, but it never felt like that.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Because it gets going right away because it trusts the audience that you know the rules are like that you saw the sequel.
Yeah.
They don't need to explain things again.
Well, the 80s,
Yeah.
they needed, I know this was 90, but they didn't think they needed to explain shit.
Yeah.
Now, forgive me. I've only seen Gremlins in full like one time.
Yeah.
As an adult, didn't think it was as wonderful as it had been explained to me.
Oh, well.
You
So
had
I
no
have
nostalgia.
I have no nostalgia for it. So I think that it didn't. Anyway, so watching this movie was to me just like watching a Full Moon Charles Band production because I've been watching a lot of that lately, and I have no I don't remember what happened in the original one at all. But why do they get so mad at Gizmo?
Well, who? The Gremlins or the
Yeah,
people?
the Gremlins just immediately
because
go
he's
after
a
him.
goody-goody.
That's
All
it.
the other
He was a
any
goody.
Mogwai
He's a
that
goody.
he's goody Gizmo. Any Mogwai that spring off of him, they're evil. He's supposed to be
Oh, he's the only good one.
yeah, he's the only good one. So
because that's what happens. They're the result of what happens when we don't follow.
if
the
you
rules.
want to know what in the novelization
Oh dear.
that I had, they were created by someone in outer space, and it was a flaw. Like, so there were multiple Mogwai, and they were these wise, eternal creatures that he was going to gift to these different planets. He didn't realize.
They were fucking Yodas.
Something else we should talk about too is that when you're done, I just want to remember, put a pin in something.
Yeah, put a pin in it. But anyway, and there was that flaw, which was the rules, and then one of the Gizmo ends up on Earth, and that's how that starts.
Did he come down like in a spaceship? In the
I
boat?
don't.
Do you remember?
I don't remember how he was shot. He was shot down.
Was he in a fighter jet?
He might have
Oh my
been-
god!
he might
How
have-
cute would that have been?
Well, he was not in a fighter jet, but it would have been cute. Anyway, so I think any of the ones that come off of them, if they're not like an original created Mogwai, they're evil, and so they resent Gizmo because he's good. He wants to ruin their fun,
He's so adorable.
They are. I can see them being jealous because he's a lot cuter.
and he wants to stop them.
Okay.
When he was running away from the building that was being torn down, I kind of choked up because he was so cute.
Yeah, it was very cute.
And his little legs.
You want to protect him even though he's a puppet?
because his little legs are just like
They're
scooting
too little.
along.
He's adorable.
Yeah.
He's,
That's
Gizmo
effective.
is maybe the
Yeah.
most adorable thing.
I
ever
used to
created.
have a stuffed Gizmo, and I missed it a lot.
Yeah, they were real cute. They were really neat designs too.
Yeah.
They were the toy of the year.
It was a great design.
The hard
Gremlins
plastic
and the
was
Mogwai.
real cool.
The hard plastic Gremlins. The
Yeah.
fucking
Oh, I remember
the full
those.
size.
the fucking
Yeah.
full size.
Oh
Somebody's
my
always
God.
got one at Horror Hound.
Yeah.
Badass. I never had one. Always
neither.
wanted one.
Freddie, you had a point to make. Let's make that the last one because I am getting hungry.
Yeah, I'm starving. I just wanted to talk about we never talked about Amy asked me a question when we were watching this. She's like, so are Mogwai, all Mogwais gremlins, all gremlins Mogwais, and you talking about Mogwai made me remember. I'm like, oh, they're only called gremlins because Mr. Futterman called them gremlins.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's for anybody our listeners probably already know this, but the
Yeah, the World War II.
Well, Nightmare at
Action.
30,000 Feet and
And
World
the
War II.
Twilight
Well,
Zone.
yeah, World War II is the first thing, but Google gremlins, why that word exists is very interesting.
And
I
in the-
love. I'm sorry.
Oh, you go ahead.
No, I love that they brought him back because
yeah, me too.
in my mind he
Yeah.
got chopped up in the first one.
Well, that's why I think they talk about at the beginning. They make that mention of he almost killed him.
Yeah, he has PTSD
Yeah.
now, which is the other joke.
It's like Ian Malcolm in Jurassic Park who dies in the book, but they retcon it in the movie.
Or I love when Sam Jackson always talked about in the Jurassic Park sequels, he's been wanting to come back with one arm.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
I can't believe they haven't done it. But what was I going to say?
Sorry, I interrupted you.
No.
Training.
It's okay. But what was this scene?
You were talking about how they killed Jeff Goldblum.
now before that.
Oh, we were talking Freddie's point about Gremlins from.
Oh yes, in the novelization,
Yes.
they talk about how that's where the Gremlins were Gremlins because there were people didn't take proper care of Gizmo, And so in World War II, there was a whole bunch of gremlins that were.
Oh, they get into that.
They do.
That's cool.
It was a thick book.
You know, just real quick, the Terminator 2 novelization is also excellent.
Oh, good to know.
Sorry, one more.
This is it.
Okay. No. Did Joe Dante work with Sam Raimi a lot or anything like that? Or are they
I don't think
contemporaries?
I don't know
because
that they have. No, I don't. Well,
No, they were kind of contemporary.
Dante was working, about the same time as Raimi started.
because there were some scenes that were straight out of like Raimi's playbook.
Yeah.
Like the zoom ins and the crazy camera angles, like
Yeah,
the
I
scene
didn't
in
notice that so
the lab,
Yeah.
where you see the shadows and just
Oh, the
things
gremlin
rolling.
shadows.
No, I know why. I know why they did that. It's because those are the thing that they two have in common is Sam Raimi studied Looney Tune cartoons framing for Evil Dead.
Okay.
So that's the same framing they used in Gremlins 2, so it would look like a cartoon.
Yeah, okay.
That's what you're picking up on. They want it to look like a cartoon, both movies.
Here's the thing. I was supposed to email somebody to get their pick.
Yeah, they got back
They
to us.
did.
They did?
We got
Yep.
Blair Witch 2.
We're doing Book of
of
Shadows.
Oh, we've done that once
We've done that before. I would love to revisit
Yeah,
it.
revisit
Fuck you, it's fun.
Yeah,
And
worth
the Blair Witch
it
cast.
doesn't get better every time, but it's not terrible.
The Blair Witch original Blair Witch cast and Ed Sanchez is going to be at Horror Hound this
No.
in March.
Snid.
Yeah. You should come out. Check it out. See how they're doing. They finally found them.
They found
That's
them.
good.
And they have a reasonably priced photo op. I was browsing today.
Well, they're all decent people.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Combs is not that expensive.
I am friends with, Heather Donahue doesn't call herself that on Facebook, or she wasn't for a while, but I
Yeah.
was friends with her for a while on Facebook.
She's cool.
Yeah.
Ed
Aren't we all
Sanchez is a peach.
All right, everybody.
What?
Well,
I said he's a peach.
Who?
The director, Ed Sanchez.
Oh, yeah, Ed
Yeah.
Sanchez. I'm also friends with him,
Yeah, he's a great.
but I
dude.
don't like communicate. I did once or twice.
Yeah, he's open. He's an open guy.
Very nice guy.
I was at his baby's christening.
I ate
I'm
his
his
dinner
baby.
one night. Never told him.
Oh my God!
Andy's the baby.
You were at my christening.
I was at your christening. Weird. All right, everybody. End of every show, we say hi to our Beelzebubs.
Hi, Beelzebubs.
Patreon.com/NOTLP. Alise,
I'll see you very soon, my love.
Alyssa, Branan, and Emily. Emily, you feature heavily on this week's Origins episode
Heavily.
because you were on that Horror Hound Weekend episode. You were on mic. We got Jeffel, Iona Goodwin,
Oh, a great one.
Dr. Brian.
I'm reeling in all of the memories that you talking about Horror Hound Weekend gave me.
Reeling in the years. The time.
I don't remember the lyrics. Is this Steely Dan? Pretty sure it's Steely Dan.
Yeah, Steely Dan. Old Dirty Bill Sturd, thanks for the Baldur's Gate fun the other
Oh,
night.
so much fun.
Bill,
Baldur's Gate fun.
It's
Baldur's Gate
great. So great.
Bill Farner, Frosted Blakes, Blayne Yogurt, Jordache Jeans, Jeremy, Cassie, Gamora, Ernie.
Oh, Gamora just had her birthday.
Yeah, those
she now?
pictures are so cute.
Happy
wearing a
birthday,
hat?
Gamora. We love you so much.
She's a bubble.
Oh, I gotta show you because I don't think she put them in Discord. I'll have to go show you her Facebook.
All right, thank you. Ernie, Dave Siebert, Monica, and Dustin.
That is awesome. You guys, thank you for patronizing us.
Steely Dan is good.
Don't patronize me.
I won't say they're not good. I don't like them.
I like Steely Dan.
It is Steely Dan though.
Give me some Steely Dan and like some Bob Seger, and let's just like go all night, man. Little Steve Winwood in there. Shit. All right, that's all I have.
All right. Bye, guys.
Oh, did you want to?
Oh, sorry.
This is Bouncing Baby Boys.
Oh,
Enjoy.
yes.
Album's out March 8th.
Yay!
Smells like burnt sugar and cigarette smoke. A beat up cabinet, grimy knobs and buttons. The screen flickers and speakers hum. But I still hear that theme and little men jump, jump. Bouncing baby boys. 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 Bouncing baby boys.